If you read what the amendment actually says, as opposed to what people have asserted it says, all it says is that the government should bring forward proposals within 3 months to deal with people who are legally resident in Britain. Now, here's why I think this is faulty, for 3 reasons. First of all, 3 months puts an arbitrary time limit, which will be decided by judges if people challenge it, which may be in the middle of the negotiation process that the Secretary of State is going to carry out to secure the rights of British citizens, and could well disrupt that process. But the second and more important point is this. It talks about those who are legally resident in the country today, and there are 2 groups. One that I would like to be more generous to, actually, and one I would like to be less generous to. The first group are those that we have discovered perhaps didn't understand European Union legislation, which says that you're legally resident here if you're a student or you're self-sufficient, only if you have comprehensive health insurance. Now, many people fail that test. Now, I think it would be sensible for us to take a generous approach when we're legislating for people to be able to stay here. The amendment as drafted does not suggest that we do that. So I think actually the government could be more generous to EU nationals who are here making their lives here than that amendment suggests, and I think that would be welcome. There are a significant number, it's a small percentage, but a significant number of EU nationals in Britain who have broken the criminal law. There are 4,500 EU nationals in prison. Now, they are legally resident in this country. That amendment, as drafted, would mean that when they are released from prison after serving their sentence, it will be very difficult for my right honourable friend, the Home Secretary, who is sitting on the front bench, very difficult for her to remove their right to stay in this country and deport them back to their home country, which frankly is what I want to see us do. What I would like us to do as a country is be more generous to those who come here to work and to contribute and to study, but I would like us to be less generous to those who come here to break our laws and violate the welcome and trust we place in them. And I don't want to fetter the hands of ministers in doing that. The amendment as drafted is poorly drafted, doesn't provide that reassurance, and I ask the House to reject it.